Yeah guys, so it's been a few days since I put the roof fabric on, ceiling fabric. Came in this morning and yeah, there we go. So all the fabric I put up, it's all coming unstuck. The only thing holding it up is the mat pins that I've got. I left in there, and also like fittings and stuff like that, lining and stuff like that. So I sent the other half to go get some more stuff. So this is the stuff I use. So this is 151 heavy duty adhesive spray, ideal for carpets, carpet tiles, household repairs, craft and hobbies. So that's the stuff from Home Bargains. You can get it from other places. Now I don't know if it's this stuff that's just not doing it, or if it's down to user error like myself. But it's when the carpet's not there, it's not sticky. I mean, it literally is like nothing. So maybe it's just good for other things that's not as heavy as carpet, even though this is really thin. I don't know. So the joys of the jobs I've got to do, I've got to gently put it down where it is stuck, and I've just bought this from Toolstation. It's on offer at the minute for £4.58, I think it is, down from £5.5, something along those lines. So 10% off at the minute anyway. So I've just got some of this. So I'm going to take it down in sections. I'm going to do the first 2 sections and then the last 2 sections. I'm not going to video it this time. It's you saw what I did the first time. All I'm doing now is just going to basically re-stick it back up, and hopefully this stuff will be better. So I've got 4 cans of that. I'm not sure that I'm going to need 4 cans, but then again I still need to carpet the cab at a later date. So whilst the missus was off getting some of this spray adhesive, I've been busy. So on Saturday I managed to acquire at a reasonable price a 12-volt compressor fridge. Now obviously the idea was to have the 12-volt alpical compressor cool box down there underneath the sink. Now I'm not saying that's still not an option. The space is there for it. Obviously the kitchen's been built around that. So yeah, I'll just show you. Okay, so this is what I've done. So this is the 12-volt compressor fridge. It's that brand there. I think it's the CRE0050. So yeah, it's currently on at the minute. It's obviously cooling down. Oop, it's lovely and cold at the minute. So yeah, it's I've decided to mount it in there. Now a lot of people are going to be like, well, you know what I mean, obviously they know these vans, probably thinking, well, it's quite a big cupboard to put it in. There's still going to be cupboard space above it. I'll just show you from back here. So there's still going to be cupboard space above it, which I'm going to obviously box in and cut the door down to fit, so it's going to be a nice small door. Like I said to the missus, it's a big cupboard for some jackets. Now it's just one of them. I would rather use the space for that. This doesn't weigh anything. And over that, we'll put it where this cupboard is. But then I would lose more space putting it there, because it would only come to here and only so far across. So yeah, decided to put it here. Obviously I need to sort all these edges out. I still need to build the shelf. Obviously going to give it a gap here to allow any heat to part. Obviously there's going to leave gaps, basically just allow airflow. Now obviously I put a bit of cardboard here to try and box it in, and doesn't seem to be running hot. So another question, I I'm currently running 4.8 amps, and that's with that fridge on, these lights on full whack, and the kitchen one. So I don't think that's too bad. Obviously the diesel heater and stuff like that, but hopefully that will only be needed in the winter. So here is the roof carpet. 2 cents, I'll put you on the tripod and spin you around. Whoop. So yeah, this is the roof carpet. It's absolutely, it's gutting, absolutely gutting. The I'll get you a better view. There you go. So yes, it's gutting. As you can see, the lights are the only things holding this thing up. Whoop. Let's pop them out. So yeah, it's as you can see, it is literally like. So, like I said, I don't know if it's down to me or if it's down to the glue that I've used. I mean, if I fill it up like that, it stays. But then I've been in here, I've done it. I've trialed it with these 2 bits here, to see what the to see if it would start drooping again, and it just literally after about half an hour, it just starts drooping down again. I'll just spin you around and I'll show you. That one. So I don't know if you can see this. So this was pushed up. You see it move. Now, like I said, it will stick, but then it will just droop down again. So it's really not that sticky. Like I said, I'm going to crack on with that. I just wanted to show you the update of the fridge. Just the update on the fridge, and obviously the roof liner. So the I'm going to chew my own words here. They say if you buy cheap, you buy twice. Now, I don't really like believing that, but I do believe that I do believe the in this case the even though it says extra strong on it, and obviously carpet, the I just don't think it's any good for this roof. Now, saying that, I did use this same stuff on the walls here, and that hasn't come off. Now, I don't know if it's obviously because it's stuck like that, and obviously the gravity's pulling it this way, and obviously the roof line and the gravity's pulling it down. So I don't know, you know what I mean, maybe certain applications, but like I said, I've just gone for Everbuild's. This is spray contact adhesive. So laminate, wood, rigid PVC, rubber, textiles, material, metals. So just going to go for this one. It's got good reviews. So yeah, it's about to gas myself out again. So yeah, I will catch you afterwards. Say that probably tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm going to glue this up now, and then I will be back in here tomorrow when the little one's at school. So yeah, I'll leave it there, and I will see you tomorrow, and then you get to see it all stuck up again. And hopefully it hasn't drooped. Please. See you later. Yeah guys, so it's the next day. Been tinkering, what I'm good at, I guess. So I bought a 12-volt TV from a charity shop about 6 months ago for £2 on clearance. We got a couple of little marks in the screen. When it's on, you don't see it, so not too fussed. I also bought this LG DVD player, Blu-ray, also 12-volt. So you can see that, but 12-volt, 1 amp. So this was £2 as well. It's a little £2 thing. So just catch my breath. So what I've done is with the TV, obviously this is the power inverter to go from mains to 12-volt. I've snipped it off. I've already done that. I'll explain that in a second. It didn't occur to me to show you guys. So now what I'm currently doing is the DVD player. So this is 12-volt, 1 amp. So if you look, It's not very, it's very small on this one. I'll show you on the bigger one. So if you actually look where my finger is here, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but if you look where my finger is, it has a plus sign in a circle and a minus sign in a circle, and in the middle it has like a C, a backward C with a solid black dot in the middle. Now the solid black dot goes to the positive and the backward C goes to the negative. That means that the negative is on the outside of the plug and the positive is in the inside of the plug. I'll show you that again in a second with the multimeter. But so that's how you can tell. So that's how you can tell which one's positive and negative, obviously, when you do it to wire it in on the fuse board, like direct. So now the other question is, God, let's get this wound up nice and tight. So the other question is obviously about wiring in. So this is a 12 volt 1 amp, so I'm guessing a 5 amp fuse would be alright. The TV is a 12 volt 5 amp, so I've done a 5 amp fuse for that. I may even go, if there's any smaller fuses, for the DVD player. So let's get this wound up nice and tight. I'll explain why in a second. So yeah, the that'll be how that's done. Okay, so get some heatsink. It's these are from Lidl. I think they were like $3.99 for a box. As you can see, well used. Got quite a few missing on the larger sizes. So yeah, the reason why I wound it up nice and tight is obviously this is the negative, so I want to sleeve it. Now where's my snippers? Just snip the end off that, and then the joys. The good news is, while I'm doing this, the good news is the roof carpet stayed up, which I'm absolutely buzzing about. I opened the door and I was just like expecting the worst, and it stayed up, which is good, which means that it was the glue rather than an error on my part. So the glue I did use was 515 spray adhesive, and you can get it from Home Bargains. That was $2.99 a can. That's the one that didn't stick. And like I said, on maybe for lighter applications, because on the wall, where the carpet I sprayed on the wall, the light smoke, and I've had no issues whatsoever. Now, touch wood, I don't have any issues 3 months down the line. But regarding the ceiling, like I said, it came off 2 days. Hello guys, sorry about that. It's had to take a call from my brother. Okay, so where was I? So yeah, just leave this, just to obviously, you know what I mean, so it doesn't short out on anything. We'll do one other bit. The joys though. You can tell I'm used to working in an absolute mess. Alright. So, too big. Might be this blue one. Nope. There's the green one. Okay. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll just show you this in a second. I'll just put this sleeve on here, just so it's double covered. Just obviously where the wire comes out, I don't want it. Okay. So yeah, the okay. Alright, so here we go. So what I was going to show you was the multimeter. So regarding the multimeter, so this is continuity. So don't know if you can hear this already, be quiet. So it's very quiet buzz anyway. By the way, these are on offer at the moment in the range. They used to be Wilco stock, and they are £6.50. So if you want a cheap multimeter to keep in your van, it's I don't know how long they'll be on offer for, but they're handy little ones. The only problem is the wires are a little short. I have got other ones, like bigger ones, but this one's like a little pocket one, it's quite good. Okay, so what I was going to show you anyway, back to it. So the prongs on these are very short. Obviously they make good contact, but when you try and get into these little bits, they're quite small, so that doesn't fit in there. So what I'm going to do is I'll just do the negative. So I know the negative is on the outside because it says it on the charger block, and the sleeve, the one I sleeved, was on the external. So if I do that and do that, yeah, you get buzz. So that means that I'm right. So that the one I sleeve is the negative. So yeah, just basic electrics for those who don't know it. So what do I need? I need to put a pin connector on there and a spade connector on there, but before I do that I'm going to run it through the wall. So give us 2 seconds. Alright guys, so what do I need? I need a spade, an enclosed spade connector, so I'm running out of these bad boys as well. I need my crimpers. Right. And if you're going to invest in tools, get a decent pair of crimpers. You can get these cheap ones that are really thin, and when you go to crimp they twist, and it's yeah, look at me trying to be a salesperson there. Okay, so you're going to crimp the spade onto the positive. This will be going to the fuse block. It's now I know this is only a 1 amp, and I know these are a higher rating, but the only other spade connectors I have that are red are the splitter ones, which are obviously small. These are 10 amp. It's a splitter one, so you can add 2 things to it, or they're just not enclosed. So this is the only one I've got that actually encloses over this bit here, so it's not going to hurt it. And then this one here, I want to put in one of these. So obviously this is 10 amp rating, so this is just, I don't know if you can see that, it's just a connector one. So if you remember in the earlier video, the chock block, is that going to go? No. The earlier video, it shows the earth block I've got for this van. Now it's just basically a metal block from Screwfix. I guess for mains. So anyway, that's done, and obviously that will go onto the fuse box, that will go into the block, which obviously screw down. Now the reason why I'm putting these on is, and not just going directly to the block with the wire, when you screw the screw in with the wire, because they're thin, it will just cut straight through them. So with loose wires and stuff like that. So yeah, this is going to be the TV and the DVD player. This is the TV one, and this is the DVD one. So they should be long enough. Fingers crossed. I'll just show you this TV now. This TV, like I said, was £2 from the charity shop. I'm a great supporter of charity shops. It's so that's the TV there. It's not a smart TV. It does have scratches in it, but like I said, when it's on, you can barely see them. It's controls on the front, so they're not on the side. They're not hidden. The TV bracket was also a charity shop find. So that's that one there, and I believe that was, the price is still on it. 2 seconds. Da, da, da. The price of this was the great reveal. I have no idea. It was on it. I think it was only like £2 or £3. But yeah, it's just a cheap one. I do have multiple TV stands. When you're doing a van, it's good to have different ones. So obviously I've also got 3 TVs for this van. 2 of them were charity shop finds, and 1 was a Facebook find. Now I didn't know what style I wanted, how big I wanted. Obviously at the time this thing was gutted. So they've gone for this one. Like I said, it'll do for what it does. A DVD player, which is also a Blu-ray player. So yeah, this is something, I mean, for the kids to watch in the evening. We could put a little Disney film or something like that. But yeah, let me just show you this roof. How much nicer does this look? Look at that. So much nicer. So much nicer. And it's actually stuck up, so it's this is the one I bought from Home Bargains. It says heavy duty, but honestly don't make the same mistake as me, because there is a few creases in it around the lights, because obviously where I cut the lights I had to put the holes back where the lights were, and obviously because it is sagged it actually stretched to be a 4-way stretch carpet. So it's not as clean as it was the first time it was fitted, but I'm just going to have to pay the cost. This is the stuff I got. This is an offer at Toolstation. This is stick 2, and well, as you can see it is up, but I noticed with this stuff, unlike this stuff, once you apply this, the carpet was easy to come away to put it back up again, whereas this stuff, as soon as I put the carpet up, it was a real thing to put it down, so it was a case of put it up, that's it. So yeah, that's that anyway. I'm gonna leave it there. All I'm gonna do is just use some of this inside the cupboard just for all the wires and stuff. Now this is from Wilco's. This is like a little box trunking, and this is just before they were closing down, and they were 10p each. So I ended up buying quite a few yeah, I ended up buying quite a few lengths. I think I bought about 30 pieces, which sounds like a lot, but it was only £3, so it's I gave a few to family and friends. Obviously kept some for myself for the house, and for obviously when I was doing the van. As you know, there's a piece there hiding one of the wires, which is the same size as the wood, like sticks out as the same amount as wood, so it's nice and flush, which is nice because that wire is hidden even though I know it's there. So yeah, that bridges the two sides together instead of running on carpets and everything else. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, guys. So a bit of an update here. So the roof lining, as you know, when I carpeted it on the last video, I came back in and it was all sagged, so I had to redo that, which you've probably just seen on the video. What else have I been? You can probably tell, new seat. So the original seat is just here, all flat packed in a very kindly manner, which could be reused again for someone else, but I'm not going to reuse it. So, and what I've done is I've built this one. So this one is slightly longer. Now there is two different heights and headrests in back cushions. These are the cushions I had available, unfortunately, with the width, without having to cut a cushion down. The base cushion I did cut down, because this was actually one of the long ones that went pretty much all this width. Now the reason why I cut it down is obviously to fit the wider seat. Now you're probably wondering why I've made a wider seat here, and when there's enough seat in here. Obviously put the backboard in and stuff like that, and that's because this one has seat belts. So online I found I think they're based in Italy, a company that actually make the seatbelt frames for vans like that, for motorhomes and vans. I think it's more for motorhomes, but anyway. And on their website they actually have the plans on how to make them and stuff like that, like dimensions and stuff. Oh, pardon me, sorry. So what I did is obviously I took those measurements, the measurements plans, and cross-referenced it with some other designs, and cross-referenced it with some other designs, and then took it up to a local fabricating place and I had it made. So I can show you that. 2 seconds. I'll just move the cushions first. So when my son and my wife are travelling, my wife will be here, taller cushion, my son will be in the short cushion, and obviously this one will be moved from the wall to allow maximum 2-seater space. Now I do need to purchase better seat belts, longer seat belts. When I ordered them ones, when I ordered these ones, I didn't take into consideration for the height, and obviously the depth of the back cushions, which makes them significantly shorter. So yeah, I will be ordering some new ones. So yeah, I'll pick you up and bring you up and have a look. Ooh, 2 seconds, getting wobbly. Look at that, flying again. You'd be an expert fly by the end of this video. Okay, so as you can see, let me get down. So this is the steel frame. It's basically like a similar, like a triangle piece here that goes down. I can pull this up. Oh. But basically, there's a massive metal plate. It's huge. It goes. Let me hold this door up. It goes from about here to about here, and obviously quite far back. So yeah, had that made up. It goes to a steel bar that goes from this side all the way across, and obviously that's all welded and done. These are bolted in with high tensile bolts, but like I said, I need to replace these for longer ones. But so yeah, and obviously I made this unit up. So the backboard, yes, I cut this out because this is part of the bed, and I didn't want to have to cut the carpet off, cut it back, try and recarpet it and finish it off. So I've cut it through, but this is going to be carpeted anyway, so I'm going to put a bit of foam in here just to make it flush again, and then carpet the whole thing. It does make the gap, I mean there's stuff here at the minute, the gap here a bit narrower, but not stupid amounts that you can't get through. I probably will have to lose some weight for that. Okay, so yeah, that's the seat. Like I said, it's all solid, it's all framed, so that ain't going nowhere. I'll just put you back on the tripod. 2 seconds, there we go. So I do need to finish the cut edge on that cushion. Like I said, it's not fully done yet. Obviously these cushions at the back here, I've just put one single screw at the top in the middle just to hold them up. Now eventually when it's carpeted, there will be Velcro on there for the seats to go together to hold them up. But like I said, for now, that sits there, and then a nice cushion. Voila! So that's the seat. So that is a travelling seat. Now it is bolted through the chassis, so it goes through the floor, and then it goes through the original chassis rail mount for the floor. So I took that bolt out and then put a massive high tensile bolt straight through the plate, through the floor, and then through that mounting point on the chassis rail. Also, it is mounted through the floor again, a 2L bracket, a 2L plate. Haven't got any laying around here, and then obviously that's bolted through the chassis rail as well. It's strong, it's sturdy, and obviously it's got a few other brackets on there as well. One of the ones that's going to happen, because it's not fully yet and I'm not using it on the road yet, I need to get some either really long high tensile bolts or threaded bar. I'm going to put 2 more in the middle of the plate. Just I'm probably going to be over engineering it, but that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, 2 extra little bolts go all the way through to I think I've got a piece here. Oh, probably have. Oh yeah, here we go. So something like this. So I'll drill 2 holes to this. That'll sit underneath the chassis rail, and the bolts will come through here. Probably don't need it, but it's my son and my wife going to be sitting in the seat with the seat belt. Now they are rear facing, and they are lap belts. So I've had a look at the regulations. Obviously, when this van was built, there wasn't any requirement to wear seat belts in the back, and yes, I still need a haircut. But I was looking at the regulations and stuff like that, and advice and everything online. And to what I understand, and I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but lap belts are perfectly fine to use as rear facing. If it was forward facing, obviously a 3-point harness, but rear facing should be absolutely fine. So yeah, what other updates we got? Got a TV. I'll take you off the tripod again. Okay, so I ended up getting a TV mounted. So this was from a charity shop on clearance because they couldn't sell it. It was £2, funny enough, because it's got a couple of little marks in the screen. So when the TV's on, you can't see them, so I'm not fussed, and it is only for the van. It's not a smart TV. Doesn't even have a DVD player in it. I do have one with a DVD player in it, but the weight on it is significantly more than this one. I do have a 12 volt DVD player that I bought from the same charity shop. That was also £2. That's an LG Blu-ray player. So I plan on mounting this somewhere. I haven't figured it out yet. So yeah, and then another big change. So 2 cents. I'll be moving the tripod and put you back up. Okay, welcome back. So you're probably wondering what I've done here. It's so this was a big cupboard. As I said in the first video, no, video 5, that this cupboard was purely just going to be hanging jackets. A lot of wasted space. So what I've done is I purchased a little fridge. So it does have a little cool box in it. That's a 12 volt fridge. A compressor fridge, obviously, not a can't think what the other one's called, but so yeah, nice height. The reason why it's here, like I said, dead space that I wanted to reuse. Kitchen's already done. So yeah, obviously we can get to everything now. All good height. Take you off the tripod. 2 seconds. Whoop. Okay, so this is the fridge, and then this is the cupboard. So the cupboard has all been made smaller. Obviously I've cut the door down. The door was pretty knackered, to be honest, on the bottom edges. The tops are a little bit, but I plan on taking these off and painting them anyway. So yeah, this is the shelf. So yeah, it's obviously allowed a clearance, so any heat can escape from here. Obviously the door covers that whole edge, so it's just that gap there. I do need to finish the trim on here, like here, which I do have down there, a big pile of it. So I do need to finish this. Obviously the diesel heater is there. I still need to get a pipe to go from there to there, just so, and obviously get the hoover out. Now the heater, that one there is done, and it comes out of there. Now you'd think it would go straight through, straight to there. It doesn't. I have to go all the way back through and then back on itself to come out there. Yeah, it was not easy. I had my hand through a wall and everything. And that's purely for the fact of where this seat screws to, there's a bracket, and I can't just go straight across, so I had to go around that. So yeah, this is the kitchen, the van so far. As you can see, insulation, yeah, 10mm insulation, and the carpet is down. I've got sticker glide like dripping over it. The lino is there still to go down, but I want to get this painted first. Well, the missus is going to paint this. I need to finish these trims first. Here, the door needs to come off. Now the bathroom is still exactly the same. So yeah, this is the van so far. Like I said, the gap there, I'm not too fussed. It's like I said, it hangs over a little bit, but I can still squeeze through there if need be. And it just means that there's a safe travelling spot for my partner and my child. Well, obviously the other one's going to be in the front. It's enjoying the road. So yeah, I'm hoping you're liking it so far. As you can see, the van is full of crap. Like I said, this stuff here, I said earlier on in the video when I had to redo the ceiling, that's from Home Bargains. Okay for light use, even though it says heavy duty. Don't make the same mistake if I did. This is the next one up I found, which was £4.50 on offer from Toolstation, and yeah, it stayed up, and it's been now over a week. It looks absolutely lovely. Obviously there's a few little creases around these bits here because I had to try and line it back up in the original place, and obviously it had been sagging for 2 days. So I think it's a little bit outstretched. So yeah, the joys, guys. But I hope you're enjoying. I hope you're liking. There should be some really big updates coming at some point, as in fast moving updates. Let me just spin this back around. Yeah, there should be some really fast moving updates at some point. I'm going to try and get a bit done this week. Obviously the solars, the power electric's all done, the fridge is all wired in, diesel heater's all wired in but missing the fuse. The fuel tank is all done in the old gas cupboard, which is going to be technically like a storage locker. So the diesel tank's in there, and obviously there'll be a space for other little bits and bobs and stuff like that. Maybe a flat pack, like one of those full flat barbecues, just so if we're on site that allows them. So basically it's just going to be like a boot space. Now the under the floor storage place is full of seats, which is lovely. They went straight in. I do have a table to put in there as well, like a flat picnic table. So yeah, it is getting there. It is draining, enjoyable. Yeah, it's a mixture of everything. It is literally a roller coaster ride. But this week I'm hopefully, like I said, to get a few things done. Being nice weather. Last week was absolutely awful. So yeah, get that done. What else was I going to say? There were some other bits. Oh yeah, going to try and get the trims done for the skylights. Remember I showed you on the previous video those. They're grubby and not very nice, so I want to try and do something with them. Oh, water heater. So that's obviously not the tap, but so underneath the seat I've got all the pipe rolled up, so I need to connect that to the water pump, which is underneath the seat as well. Need to get that cleaned, connected through the original hole where the old pipe was, and then to the tank. Now if you guys, the overflow, now I understand that these do have an overflow on. Most people say that you only fill up on site. Some people say carry a little bit in the tank whilst you're travelling. But the overflow pipe itself is just like a rigid, not rigid, a flexi ribbed like pipe, similar to what was like from the wastewater to the waste tank, the waste sink to the wastewater and the shower and so on. Anyway, so this pipe just hangs down. Now, if you guys know if there's supposed to be some kind of like cover on there, like a one-way cover or dust cover or something like that. I mean, I'm thinking about putting some like mesh over it, like some fine mesh, just to stop like debris and rodents and whatever else. Basically, any nasties getting up there. Obviously, I know it can't be blocked up because obviously it allows for an overflow. But if you guys know any other option or anything like that, let me know, because I don't really want to leave it open without anything there, just in case anything goes up. But I've been looking online, I can't find anything to put on there. Like there's supposed to be some kind of like connector on the end to allow it to breathe or overflow, but obviously stops stuff going in. Let me know in the comments, because I appreciate that. But yeah, so I need to do that this week. I need to cut the grass. So it is about lunchtime now. I'm going to try and cut the grass this afternoon. Hopefully it's dry. Last time I cut the grass, I was using the trimmer, and it started smoking because it was too wet, and it got in the electrics, and yeah, it basically burnt it out, and yeah, it wasn't good. Was not good at all. So I'm gonna try and get that done today, so I can lay underneath the van on that side. But yeah, if there's anything for the overflow, let me know. I would appreciate that one. I do have a new inlet water connector to put on, because the old one came with, I think it's an emergency cap that you can put on. Problem is you can't get it off without a screwdriver, so you literally have to put a screwdriver in there and sort of wiggle it and prise it out. Physically you can't get your fingers in there, so I managed to pick up a new one of them. This one's lockable, so you can obviously unlock it, take it off, fill it up, put it back on, lock it, so that way no one can put anything in there that shouldn't be in there. So yeah, so I got really bad acid. But yeah, like I said, if need to do that, your thoughts on that underneath. I still need to get a catch for the gas cupboard door. I'm sick of it opening and closing. Plus it does need it on there before the gas goes in there. I still need to put a gas bottle on there to check it if there's any leaks, which I do have the gas detection spray in the cupboard. So yeah, it's a lot of little things now to be done. More cosmetic, you could say. Obviously the lino needs to go down, but after the painting, the water tank. So yeah, obviously the cab, I have a few things to do in the cab, which I think you guys would, especially if you own one of these, I think you guys would appreciate. Now I ain't taking the dashboard out or anything like that. I do need to fit a new ignition, so I've only got one key for the ignition, so I've bought a new ignition lock and basically a whole complete unit. So then I've got spare keys. I need to change the handles because I only have one key for one door. I don't have a key for the other door, so the only way to open that one and close it from the inside. So yeah, I have quite a few upgradements to do, which I really think you guys with the Fiats, the Talbots and the Peugeots, I think you guys would appreciate it. So yeah, it's going to be a learning curve for me because I've looked online and there's not much on there about it. I found a brief video that just shows roughly something. I'm not, obviously don't want to spill the beans on it, but they don't go into it and how it's done. So I want to do that one, and like I said, I want to do it on this van. So yeah, and obviously a radio. I need to get ignition live. So I've got a red wire. I need a yellow wire. I think the red wire is the constant live. No, yeah. I need to test it with a multimeter, but I think the red wire is a constant live or ignition live. And I need to put the additional wire in so it'll keep the memory on the radio, obviously without causing battery drain. So I do need to do that. Question for you guys as well, if you do know one of these vans, if you've upgraded the speakers in the doors, can you let me know what model and make speakers you used? So I've noticed that the original ones that came out of here are very shallow. I've looked online for shallow speakers and I just can't find them. And I believe that standard speakers might be too deep and they might hit the glass when the window comes down. Hold that. Scrap everything I just said on that one. I am absolutely stupid as anything. It's sometimes I can be an absolute thick. You use your own words on that one. So the speaker sits underneath the little quarter window, so it doesn't even go nowhere near the mechanism. So I guess it doesn't really matter what speaker I put in. Ah, my God. Sometimes I just think. Sometimes I don't think. Christ. Anyway, problem solved on that one. So I just need to get the diameter of them and then I can get some new speakers ordered because the old ones are very rusty and very manky. So, yeah, cool. See, talking to myself to a camera, you know what I mean? You think, man, the guy's nuts. Especially when people walk past, they look at me and like, what the hell is he talking to? You know what I mean? He belongs in an asylum. Anyway, onto some other notes. Yeah, so I've got a few things to do in the cab. Not too fussed about them at the minute. You need to get the water pipe done. You need to cut the grass first so I can get underneath the van because the grass is like nearly 2 foot long, which is ridiculous. Where I've been walking, it's nice and short, but literally around the rest of the van, it's like really, really long. So I need to get all that cut later today. But yeah, I really hope you guys are enjoying these. I noticed my subscribers have gone up. My views have gone down since earlier videos. Now, I will be putting together a video of a time lapse. I don't think I'm quite ready for it yet because obviously how far I've got. But I plan on putting a time lapse together from start. Really manky video, I know. That I did on the Kindle. To the point where it is probably after this week, and I will just show you like a really fast motion of how it started and how it is now. It has been a hell of a journey, and I will be putting music back in this video. You've probably already heard it, but cool. Enjoy, guys. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna go take some Rennies because this is this is really bad. And yeah, I'll be back out here tomorrow, going cracking on with the water pipe because it's another sunny day tomorrow. So I'll be doing the water pump and the piping for that. So there'll be that. Something else I was going to say. If this happens, my mind just goes blank. Yeah, I'll be back at it tomorrow doing the water pipe and the pump and getting all that done. I need to look underneath this seat as well. I need to put some additional bits of wood in. That's why I've kept the original backing board. I'll try and use sections of that just to get just a section underneath the seat, because at the moment it's all open. And I don't want it all open because if I want to put store stuff in there, I don't want it going into like the white box with the flicky things on it. I can't think what it's called, and the leisure battery and everything else. Somewhere obviously to mount the water pump as well. So I will be sectioning that underneath there. So yeah, on that note, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope you're enjoying. Subscribe, or if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, follow, and yeah, share it. It's I've noticed a lot of people on the groups are asking about, you know, I mean, people that have done the walls and stuff like that. I think what I've done with the videos people would benefit from. I've literally just seen one earlier today. Let's see if it's still there. I seen one earlier today of it's not there. But yeah, I saw one earlier today, and the guy is literally like, I think he's in his kitchen area, but he's basically what he's done is he's taken the inner skin off, the insulation off, and the battens. Now, I've noticed on the side of the van here, where I had to take a significant amount off, that there's a little, it's only a little slightly, you can only see it from certain angles, but a slight little bow in the metal. Now I believe that is where the wood off, and I took the wood off and there wasn't much support in it. I mean, it's happened. Obviously I had to replace the rails across the top. Now he's going to have to support, obviously I've never done one of this before. Now obviously if I had to go back and redo it again, obviously I would know, but he would have to support up, just try and stretch that out before he puts the battens on. Obviously you can't screw the battens onto the outside skin unless you plan on, I don't know, re-sealing it on the outside. So as you notice, what I did with the video, in my videos, is I glued, I used Sikaflex and glued battens to the wood, and obviously supported them with other battens that were already attached, and obviously wedged it from other places, just to obviously allow pressure. And then once it was glued and set, obviously I could pull that, and vice versa. So yeah, please share the videos. There is a lot of people out there on the pages doing these videos, these vans, and doing repairs and stuff like that. And if they've never done one before, obviously I never done one before, I think it might give them an insight, you know what I mean, to know what they're doing, and even learn from my videos and improve it. I mean, that's always a benefit. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm glad you're enjoying this journey with me, and yeah, we'll catch you at the next one. See you there, guys.